On the planet Vegeta, a powerful sphere of energy had gone to the womb of Gine, who was the mother of Kakarot. That's right, Kakarot, despite being a simple baby, his destiny was to become the most powerful omnipotent god of all existing. Flashback. At the beginning of everything existing, an imposing warrior who was considered the king of everything existing, his power having no limit, was able to even defeat thousands of gods without any difficulty, but even the warrior with the strongest heart falls before the charms of the beautiful goddess. That's right, the invincible god had withdrawn from all battles since he had met a powerful goddess, which in the same way was captivated by the combat agility of that god. The power of that god is incredible. For me, it'll be the greatest honor to die in his hands, since his power is said to be infinite. That goddess has been the first to generate some fear in me, but not because of her strength. It's rather because of her beauty. She has left me surprised. The powerful invincible god named Nagami had been able to heal all Kira's wounds. However, when an explosion was so powerful, the beautiful goddess had been knocked out of combat. So Nagami, with his great speed, was able to reach quickly his castle, in which everyone was surprised to realize how he'd been able to arrive with the goddess in his arms. So several months had passed until one day, a powerful warrior had been begotten in the womb of that powerful goddess, who was also known as the goddess of the sword. In her last war with her husband to have been able to annihilate millions of beings who had the necessary power to end up with the king completely, only with her thought, on the other hand, in a different castle. A powerful family in the same way was allying with all the other gods and kings to end up with the entire Uzaru family, which included Nagami, Kira, and the child she was carrying in her womb. We can't allow that child to be born. If two gods like Nagami and Kira have to be able. I agree with you, Goddess Freya. Nagami's power is amazing. I can't imagine the power with which that child would be born. Even his power can be comparable to that of an 8th stage ruling god. It is decided. Today we will even use the forbidden techniques of all the clans and kingdoms to be able to end the lives of those warriors. At that moment of night, an immense ball of massive energy would collide with the fortress, in which they were able to have defensive matrices. It'd be very difficult for them to be able to disintegrate that massive attack. However, at the moment that the barrier was about to disappear, an incredible minotaur engulfed in flames was able to disintegrate the attack completely. What are they doing? Is a war call, and if our clans confront theirs, they won't be able to do anything against us. Nagami's astonishment was too much. Realizing how warriors of his own clan, they began to fight against Kira, his wife. Nagami, being about to attack, would be stopped by an elite squad of warrior. However, Kira, with her great sword art, was able to finish off the warriors who approached. Nagami, we have been betrayed! We have no chance! I'm not able to use all my power, because that would be harmful for my pregnancy. Don't worry, I'll protect you. I'm considered the most powerful god of all existing. This should be nothing. Nagami had rushed against all the warriors, starting to have an incredible battle. Nagami, knowing that they were trying to kill his wife and son, he would fight in a very wild way. That's right, the mound of corpses was beginning to form all over the Nagami kingdom. But at the moment, Freya would approach Nagami. Nagami, what happened? Why are you attacking all our warriors? Nagami, to be a few inches from Freya, would be pierced by the fist of Freya, which was his own sister. That's right, even his own family had betrayed him. Kira, realizing this, would be terrified, but her blood began to boil with anger. Those damn worms! They dare to betray even their own family! I swear that I will not forgive them! My little son, I will use a divine technique of the highest rank so that you're not able to survive and to be reborn. I don't know if it'll have effect since you are not born yet, and you will have to be reborn again, but I trust in the power that runs through your veins. Kira at the moment was able to accelerate her internal system, being able to transfer much of her divine energy to her son. However, at that moment, the energy would be rejected while an incredible power was released from Kira's womb, a power that was able to make everyone present kneel. That's right, the power of the little warrior was able to surpass the power of his own father, who was considered by many the perfect god. If our son has all that power, he has rejected my power so that I'll be able to join the battle. I promise that we will fight until our last breath. Kira at the moment was able to finish the rebirth technique, and only 2 seconds later, a warrior was able to pierce her belly with an energy sphere. Nagami, observing all this, would get out of control, releasing 100% of all her power, with which she began to destroy everything that existed around her. But Kira would communicate with Nagami telepathically. Nagami, control yourself. Absolutely nothing has happened. I've been able to get our little son to be able to be reborn in one of our minor universes that don't reach the power of an elite god, so that we won't find him, but we have to take care of these damned with us. There's no doubt about that. I plan to die on this battlefield. These bastards have messed with the most precious thing I have. The eyes of both had been crossed, so at the moment, both of them were beginning to massacre every god that was put in front of them. That's right, millions of warriors were falling at the hands of the parents. It's time. The energies of the child has been completely disappeared. It's now to use the celestial seal. Nagami and Kira, finding the center of all the kingdoms, each kingdom and clan was able to activate a seal, being powerful enough to seal both warriors. However, not satisfied with this, Freya, who was the leader of all the kingdoms, would approach the seal, beginning to extract all the divine energy of both subjects. With their divine energy, we'll be able to form equipment all from the other warriors, so they won't have any more problems. You better take advantage of your life, because the day of your death is near, and neither you nor anyone else knows that. Don't say stupid things. You don't possess the required power to do anything against us. That for you is impossible. Both warriors had been completely sealed, and as they possessed absolutely none of their divine energy, they would not be able to break free. My mighty Queen Freya, what do we do now with the seal? Once for all eternity, there will be guards so that no being will be able to give them help, and they will not be able to get out of that seal. On the other hand, in all the minor universes, there was no warrior who was able to withstand all the energy of the son of both gods. So he would wander for millions of years until even the universes had been divided. But the current ruler, Zeno-sama, in Universe 7, a Saiyan, who was not a warrior, but in her veins ran the blood of the first most powerful god. That's right, with the power and essence of Nagami, they were able to create even energy pills, which by possessing a little of her essence and conceiving a son with this effect, her children were able to be born with much higher power than the original. But never compared to the authentic power of the god Nagami. Kira was one of the thousands of descendants, so the energy sphere was able to merge with her womb, being able to reincarnate in a small child named Kakarot. However, in the same way, all her power was sealed so that it would not be felt by any of the high ranking. End flashback. The little baby Kakarot had been born, with his power absolutely null. That's right, he would be considered low class, so he didn't even have the power to breathe on his own, so incubators were needed to help him breathe. He's identical to me, and I'm not gonna let my dear son die. I'm sure the damn Frieza has something planned, and also I know Kakarot will become very strong. Bardock, don't tell me you sent to him another planet. You're correct, Gine, but it's not certain that Kakarot's still on this planet. Frieza's afraid of the legendary Super Saiyan. He's even gathered all the Saiyans. But he's just a baby. He won't be able to survive. You're wrong. We'll send him to planet Earth, on which there's no powerful warrior, so there's nothing to fear. That same night, both were able to take a ship, being able to observe for the last time their beloved son Kakarot. I'm sure that you'll become a very powerful warrior. No matter what they tell you, you will rise up for the entire Saiyan race. We promise that if your father's wrong, we will come to you as soon as possible. The ship would rise throughout outer space, so it would begin to head towards planet Earth at a great speed. On the other hand, after spending only one day on the planet Vegeta, the Emperor of Evil, Frieza, had thrown a powerful sphere of energy, with which on this occasion Bardock, despite using all his power, was not able to do completely anything. So that supernova was able to destroy the planet in its entirety. On the other hand, Kakarot had arrived on planet Earth, and everything we knew it would go on absolutely the same. So far, in which Kakarot was able to activate the Ultra Instinct for the first time against Jiren, who was able to observe an opposing warrior in his mind. You finally have been able to awaken half of the percent of your true power, Sumaru. That is the name of your mother, and I had planned to keep training, and since the entire Upper Kingdom is corrupted, I trust you. What? My head! What was that? But I don't have time to think about it. I better concentrate on the battle. Both warriors began to fight, however on this occasion Goku's power was much greater, with which he had been able to corner Jiren. However, Jiren, by expelling all his power, was again able to have the advantage in the combat. Son Goku, you've been able to force me to use 100% of all my power, and nobody had achieved that. So from now on, I'll defeat you. Goku felt like a latent power was growing inside his body, so at the moment, Goku was also able to release all the power of the Ultra Instinct. His pressure had been so much that this time even multiple warriors weren't able to breathe due to the simple pressure of Son Goku. "I'm prepared to use all my maximum power!"
Wow, I can't believe it. Son Goku's power has grown in an amazing way. I even doubt he's a mere mortal.
The battle of both seemed very equal. However, the more the battle went on, Jiren's power began to decrease, as he wasn't used to 100% of all his power. While for his part, Goku, despite being the first time using all that power, his body began to adapt quickly. After a few more minutes, Goku was able to beat Jiren with a powerful energy attack, which had eliminated him from the platform, making Universe 7 the winner of the Tournament of Power.
Mr. Goku winning the Tournament of Power. Tell us, what's your wish?
"I wish that all the universes eliminated by the great Zeno-sama would return to normal." Daishenkin would stare at Son Goku, and with a big smile he would fulfill his wish, being able to make all the universes return. However, this time, even the 6 universes eliminated in the past would return, with each of their destructive gods, which these were at the level of Daishenkin.
The wish has been fulfilled, so thanks to all of you for participating. You can withdraw.
Goku would say goodbye to both Zeno-sama, so at the same time of returning to planet Earth, they would be received by a great banquet by Bulma. Everyone would celebrate her victory, however, Goku did not forget the words he had heard in the Tournament of Power. "I'm sure something very serious is happening, and I have to be able to find out." At the rapid passage of 4 days, Goku and Vegeta would continue with their great training, with the help of Whis to become much more powerful, despite the fact that Goku's power this time was much greater. He was not able to hit any of his blows to Whis. "The power that Mr. Goku possesses is incredible, but he's still a long way from being able to compare himself to the power of an angel." "Whis, your power is amazing! Despite all the training we have done, we're still not able to give you a single blow, but I'm sure we will."
Of course, Kakarot. We Saiyans don't possess some limits. We'll be able to even break over Whis.
Thus, the training of both would continue, while in his body, the power that by law belonged to him began to become much more present, to awaken little by little the authentic power of the new omnipotent ruler. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.